there, and welcome to No Small Life, where we help you rebuild a life you love no matter what you've walked through.
Your life is not small, and you don't have to live it that way any longer. We are Chris and Megan Ria, and today Megan has a special treat for you.
Yeah, I do. Ladies, this one is especially going to speak to you. I am about to do an interview with Allison Lambatis, the author of the ultimate book of outfit formulas. Allison is the founder of Get Your Pretty On, and she is on a mission to improve women's confidence through their style. You are gonna love this conversation. Check it out. Allison, welcome. I am so excited that you're here. I have been waiting so long to introduce you to our friends with No Small Life.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I already complimented you on your beautiful yellow blazer.
we're working in the spring, right? We're like bringing it in.
We're channeling spring.
Absolutely. Well, Allison, like I said, I couldn't wait for our friends to meet you. You are a style expert. You founded Get Your Pretty On. You are the CEO of Outfit Formulas, and you are the author of this amazing book, The Ultimate Book of Outfit Formulas, a stylish solution to what I should wear, which is, this has just become such a go-to for me. It's awesome. And what I love, I've read it, you've said so many great things in here, but I love what you said, that you're on a mission to change the way women feel about themselves through empowering them with confidence through their style. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. And what we do with No Small Life is that we really help people rise above those things that have tried to make their life feel small. And one practical way that we know that works is really through your style. And I know that's where you hone in on. And I think it would be really easy for someone watching today just be like, well, she's just one of those unicorns that style came really natural to. No. She's just a stylish person. But yeah, I know that's not the truth. And you are a self-proclaimed, a recovering yoga pants addict?
Yes.
And I know, right. And I know, when I first heard your story, I think it resonated so much with me because your passion for what you do came out of kind of a dark season of your life, which is the same as mine. But if you wouldn't mind kind of taking us back to that origin story of where Get Your Pretty On really came from.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did go through a very dark season, and I refer to it now as my yoga pants rut, but I've had high functioning depression for much of my life. Okay. And I had a point where everything was going great. Like things that I had prayed for years were happening, and I couldn't figure out why I was not feeling as good as I thought I should be feeling, right? I had started working from home, which many women can probably relate to because of the pandemic. But this was back in 2012. And this was something I really wanted to do. I had 3 small kids at the time. And I was working as a telecom engineer, not a stylish profession at all. Let me just throw that in there. I did not feel stylish. It's funny that you mentioned that. Like I never in my life felt stylish until I started doing what I do now. So, and I share that just to kind of empower women that if you feel like style has passed you by or it's not something you should focus on, that it's never too late, and that it's totally worth making that investment in your time to explore style for yourself, because it's another way of just building confidence, and it's tangible. And that's really kind of where my story started. Was I'd been working from home for about 3 months. I noticed some things around me changing, mainly my motivation, and not feeling like I was getting up in the morning fired up to do anything. My job, get dressed, fix my hair, put on makeup, nothing. I would just throw on my stretched out faded yoga pants, oversized sweatshirt, pull the hair back in the ponytail, maybe put moisturizer on if I was lucky.
Right.
And I would get on with my day, and it was fine. I was taking the kids to school, dropping them off. I'd come home and work, maybe throw in a load of laundry during lunch, whatever. But I noticed over the season that this growing kind of discontentment was happening, where I just wasn't feeling as good in my own skin. And then things around me started to be red flags. Like I wasn't cooking as healthy meals as we used to have. I wasn't keeping up with things like I used to around the house. You know, my husband and I weren't going on date nights anymore.
Sure.
This sort of snowball effect that I realized, you know, that I was in this rut and experiencing this depression. And I sat down one night and I thought, what can I do that's just that one small thing that might change things tomorrow?
Yeah.
So I got up a little bit earlier that next morning and I decided, instead of just going to the default yoga pants sweatshirt, that I would actually shower, put on makeup, and get ready for the day before I started working. And the thing I noticed immediately was, and I'm not saying that this is like a cure for depression by any stretch of the imagination, but it was that little tiny glimpse of light that came through at a time that I really needed it. And I realized that doing those things made me feel good again. I had had that accountability partner built in when I had to go into the office, that I did have to get ready in the morning. And I got used to not having that, but it was something that really made me feel good. And I went through the day feeling more motivated. And when I picked my daughter up from school that afternoon and she hopped in the car and looked at me, she said, "Mommy, what happened to you?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "You look pretty today." And I realized that it wasn't just about me, that my, you know, my daughters were looking to me as an example and as a role model for them too.
Yeah.
And so from that day forward, I said, I really want to commit to doing this on a regular basis. And what that meant for me was rebuilding my entire wardrobe. The reason I was throwing on those yoga pants is because I had all of those clothes from corporate America in my closet, and I never bothered to invest in buying new clothing because I thought I didn't, almost felt like I didn't deserve it, right? Like I was working from home and I didn't deserve to have those clothes. So Get Your Pretty On, my blog, was really my journey out of that yoga pants rut, and my channel for sharing, but also for accountability for getting dressed and sharing what I was learning on a daily basis as I went through this journey.
Wow. You know, that's so interesting. You hit on a couple words there that you didn't feel like you were worthy, right? You didn't feel like it was worth investing into. I think that's so crucial because there is such a psychological and emotional attachment to getting dressed in our clothing and what we put on our body. I know in your book, you talked a little bit about enclothed cognition. Right?
I was a psychology major. I geek out on studies.
Do you recall that enough right this second? I know I just totally put you on the spot, but to talk into that a bit. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So enclosed cognition is this concept that was discovered, I think, back in the early 2000s, where we basically take on the attributes of what we're wearing. So in the study that focused on it, people were asked to wear a white coat, and they were told they were either painters or doctors. The ones who were doctors actually performed better on testing that they performed after the fact. They presented themselves differently. They had more self-efficacy, more self-confidence. And really, it speaks to the fact of, you know, what we wear and how we show up in the world are so related to one another. And just something as simple and tangible as putting on an outfit that makes you feel great absolutely affects the way that you step out into the world and your confidence level as well.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. And I think even coming off this last couple of years, you know, you talk about working from home and it wasn't what you were expecting necessarily. I think we've all been kind of hit with these things. It's like, okay, we've all had a big lifestyle shift, you know, and like maybe it was cool to wear loungewear for 2 weeks and then we want real clothes again. Like I wanted pants with a zipper. You know, yes. How have you seen, you know, working with women and stuff, just kind of the psychological effects of when we have a big lifestyle change like we've had? Like you said, I didn't feel like I deserved new things because I was just working from home. We made the transition working from home this past fall, and it really is challenging to think that, okay, I'm going to get dressed and put together and put everything on and just see my four walls today. You know, can you talk into that a little bit about why that making that investment is really worth it?
Yes, definitely. So, you know, just like so many other women who've gone through this during the pandemic or recently, you know, started working from home, I kind of went through that phase of, well, nobody's going to see me, so why does it matter?
Right,
yeah.
right.
And I think that's the story we tell ourselves. Nobody's going to see me, so why does it matter? But that is not serving our, you know, greater purpose of feeling good. When we feel good, we show up in the world and we do big things, right?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
And if you look at investing in yourself in that way, then, something shifts in you that says, I am worth investing the time and the energy and the resources into. I am setting an example for others. I am on fire for some kind of mission. Like, there are big things that we were all meant to do.
Yeah.
And when I look back on my own story and my journey, I can see that point in all of this was what has led to everything that I'm doing today, and the platform that we have, and the over 100,000 members that have gone through the Outfit Formulas program that I've been able to teach this framework and philosophy to help them get dressed every day and to make it easier and to give them permission.
Yeah.
Honestly, you have permission to do this. You have permission to invest in yourself, even if it's taking $10 to $20 out of the budget a week.
Yeah.
To go buy yourself a new blouse in a color that makes you feel amazing.
Sure.
Do it, because it's going to pay off. There's so many dividends down the road to just making that one small step and that one move. You don't have to reinvent your wardrobe all at once. And I think that, that was one of the key things that I needed to realize early on, because it can feel overwhelming when you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to rebuild my entire wardrobe. Like, none of that stuff's obsolete. I don't need that stuff in my closet anymore. Right. Yeah. But just taking it one piece at a time and curating your closet over time with pieces that you love and that you want to wear all the time. There have been outfits that I've loved so much, I've worn them 3 times a week. I'm not going to lie.
Girl, that is welcome here. Thank you for saying that out loud. Love that.
Do it all the time. Yeah. So yeah. When you find those pieces that you love and you want to rewear them all the time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And why not, get the most out of your budget, but give yourself permission to go out and add a few pieces to your wardrobe.
Give yourself permission. I love that. And you heard it here. You have permission now, right? That's awesome. So, okay, we have permission. Now let's get into the how. I know this is like your wheelhouse, where you are good at saying, okay, I'm going from, I understand maybe why I need to do this, but now I'm overwhelmed. Like, should I just go shopping right now? And I think you would say no to that. I know.
No, the answer is not.
So, I'm convinced I want to start, but how do I actually start changing these things? You have some great resources to share. And so
definitely. Yeah. So when I started the Outfit Formulas program, this came along about 2 years after I started blogging, when I realized that inadvertently I had developed a framework for rebuilding my closet. And maybe this goes back to like my engineering days and how I finally married my creative and left and right brains. Yeah. Yes. So I started teaching this process through the Outfit Formulas program. And step 1 in the process was a very unpopular step, and it still is to this day. But you've got to clean out your closet, because you have to know what you have in order to know what you need.
And I know why that's unpopular. It's just not fun. And how many times do we start and get about halfway through and then get overwhelmed and then just put it all back?
No, it's so tempting. I encourage everyone to do this, because we only wear about 20% of what's in our closet at any given time. So that other 80% that's in there, when you walk in, maybe it's stuff that doesn't fit you anymore, or it's out of style or whatever, or it's off season. When you walk in, your brain just gets overwhelmed, right? With choices. And you end up with decision fatigue, because your brain doesn't know, this stuff doesn't fit me, or this stuff isn't in style. It just sees choices, right? So by taking out that 80% that you're not wearing and just focusing on the 20%, at first you're going to say, oh my gosh, I have no clothes, but it's okay. Because that's the only things you're wearing anyway.
So true.
Yes, but it gives you a place to rebuild from. So you can actually intentionally add the pieces to your closet and shop with a purpose, with a list. Like, you can look at your things and say, I probably need another pair of jeans that fit me, or I need to update my denim, or I need some better quality t-shirts, or maybe I need to add a nice blazer to my collection, or I'm lacking in the shoe department. And then you start making this list of the staples that you need and adding those over time, so that the next time you walk into the mall, or you're in Target or wherever, and you're looking around and seeing all these options, again, you're not going to be overwhelmed by choices, because you're going to have a list that says, I need a striped shirt. That one fits the bill. I love this striped shirt. I'm adding it to my closet. So it's really about just culling down all of that stuff and focusing on what we actually need, and then taking those pieces and creating outfits from them, which is where the Outfit Formulas concept comes into play with this.
I love that. And I can imagine that it's a big budget saver too in the end, because you're not walking into the store going, what do I need? Right?
Right.
You're looking at your actual closet in your life going, no, what do I need? And then how is this store going to serve me instead of me just being a consumer of everything that catches my eye?
It's so true. It's
Yeah.
so true. I liken it to meal planning because, you know, when you walk into the
yeah.
grocery store, you don't have a grocery list. You don't really know what you have or know what you need. Sometimes, like, I used to be the worst shopper. I would go in and buy, oh, I think I need flour, but I didn't actually look in the pantry to make sure I needed flour. So I
And
would
it's
just
like
buy
17 bags of flour.
Yes, bring all the stuff back home.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with your closet. You wouldn't, you know, just the way you wouldn't want to walk into the store without a grocery list. You don't want to walk into the store without a closet list.
It makes so much sense when you put it like
Yes.
that. It really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I would love to kind of get down into that. You hit on a couple words, just even when you said rebuilding your wardrobe, you probably don't know this, but our whole thing is helping people rebuild a life they love after what they've walked through. And it's just, it's just cool. Just a wink and a nudge that we're doing.
Yes.
This is awesome. So let's talk about when we go to the store. I know you have a freebie, right, on your website about 13 like staples that
Yeah.
every woman needs.
Yes.
What I loved about that is I feel like there are so many different styles out there, but what you present isn't necessarily a certain style. It's a formula, like you said, right? Because what if I have someone watching today and they're like, but I'm really preppy, or I'm really eclectic, or, you know, I don't fit into one category. That's not what you're doing. You're not honing people in on one category, are you?
Not at all. No, that's really the freedom and flexibility of Outfit Formulas, is that it works for every size, every shape, every budget, and every style. And I know that's, people are like, how can that be
It feels like a
possible?
big promise, right? Yeah.
It does. It feels
Yeah.
like a huge promise. And then once they start into the program or download the freebie, they look at it and say, I get this. Like, I can substitute what works for me as long as I follow the formula. So the formula could be, there are 5 pieces in a formula. You've got your bottoms, which are anything you're wearing the lower half of your body, your pants, your jeans, your skirts, your tops, your toppers, which are your jackets, your blazers, your cardigans, your shoes, and your accessories. And each outfit formula has these 5 values. And then you have the ability to use what works best for you in place. So we keep the variables in this loose so that you can substitute things like, if the horizontal striped shirt doesn't work for you, then you're certainly welcome to go with the vertical striped shirt.
Okay.
Or if you don't want to wear, you know, white jeans, then you can absolutely substitute a different, like a lighter wash denim for those. The same things with footwear. If you don't want to do a pair of leopard heels because that's not going to work for your lifestyle, then absolutely do a cute little pair of white sneakers with maybe a little bit of leopard trim on them or something like that. So you can take all of these pieces and make them work for your lifestyle and for your style, which is super important.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to give women the freedom and flexibility to do that and say, like, go on Pinterest, pin 25 to 50 outfits. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Then look for commonalities in those outfits and see what you like about them. Are they preppy? Are they more modern? Is it minimalist? Are you drawn to certain colors, certain patterns? Is it super feminine? Is it edgy? Like, you can get so many clues from that to apply to your own personal style, even if you have no idea what your style is right now.
Because you're drawn to the same things over and over.
Yes, you'll start to see the patterns that you're drawn to and what you gravitate toward. And that will give you those clues when you are out shopping to look for certain pieces that will help you to define your own personal style.
Okay. That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about that style right now. Is there, just overall, is there things we should all stop watching this right now and go throw out of our closet? Is there trends in there that need to die? Or is there just certain things that you're like, this has to go from right now, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, it's funny right now. We are in an anything goes time as far as style's concerned.
I
Like,
can tell you, it's like every time I walk into the store, I feel like 20 years ago, me is shopping. I'm like, I already wore this stuff. I don't know what to do. It's confusing. And I love style, but it's confusing.
it is. It really is. Every decade, you know, probably since the 50s, we're seeing represented in stores right now. We've got the early 2000s, we've got the 90s, you know, we've got all of these decades of style and trends. And this can be a good thing too, because number one, denim trends right now, it is truly anything goes. Skinny jeans are not out of style. They're a new classic. Maybe they're not having a moment right now. The
Yeah.
high-waisted jeans or the, the wider legs, all of that is having a moment, but they're still around. In addition to every other style on the planet. I saw a pair of jeans in the store last night and I pointed them out to my husband. I said, like, I swear, like I've seen those jeans were in style like 10 years ago, but it is truly anything goes for denim. So unless something feels super dated to you, honestly, there's not a lot that I would say like absolutely get rid of that in your closet.
Okay.
However, if something does not fit and flatter your body,
Okay. Yep.
that needs to go.
Yep.
That is a deal breaker. Like whether you've had weight fluctuations or you bought something and it just kind of wasn't like a heck yes when you bought it. You were kind of like, maybe I don't know if I love this, but if it's still in there, just get rid of that stuff because it's not going to serve you. And I've had a lot of women come to me lately and say, I've got pandemic pounds and I have all these sizes in my closet right now and I don't know what to do with them. Take them out of there because they're not going to motivate you. They're not going to make you feel better. There's no reason to keep those in there. They're going to create decision fatigue. And if you at one point want to pull them back out and put them back in your closet, you can do that. But for now, just clear it out.
Just clear it out.
Yes.
Just clear it out. Okay. I like that. I like that. I'm glad you mentioned denim because denim has been super confusing for me. I saw, we were in the store a couple of days ago and my husband's like, does that say dad jeans? I said, it does. And they're for women. And I mean, but I think they're so cute on other people. Sometimes it can be hard for my brain to translate that, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Are there, I know you get this question probably asked often, but as far as like some really good basics, do you have, maybe we don't have a massive budget to go out and replace some things with, but we want quality, like say a good t-shirt, what would we do for looking for a good, like high quality t-shirts?
Yes. So that is actually a question I get asked very regularly. Like women we all really struggle with finding the perfect white t-shirt.
Oh my gosh. It is a unicorn sometimes. Yeah.
They are a unicorn. They're either too thin or like they don't have the right material or they don't wash well. So we actually did a survey of my whole audience of like millions of women who are like, tell us your favorite white t-shirts. Like, give us the goods on all of this. So in the budget friendly department, the Target t-shirts, both the Universal Thread and A New Day, both had really high marks.
Wow.
And I have both of those brands and can attest to that. Old Navy has come a long way with their t-shirts in the past few years. I also love J. Crew Factory's t-shirts, but they are more of the tissue weight material. Of course, I live in Texas, so I don't really want like super thick material on my t-shirt.
That makes sense.
Yes. A few other brands, Land's End had really high marks. And I love Able tees too. They are just the right amount of, I kind of like a little bit of a flowy fabric.
And drapey.
Yeah, drapey fabric, and they half tuck really well. So those are my favorite.
Oh, I need a t-shirt that half tucks really well. That's good. I don't have any of Able. I have an Able bag that I love, it's my laptop case. I wear the heck out of it, but I don't have any of their t-shirts. So I'll have to check that out. I love their mission behind what they do. That's awesome. Too. That's awesome. Okay. So what if you would tell somebody like, okay, I don't love to shop, are you an advocate of online shopping? Do you think that they need to go in the store and touch the things to, and try them on, or what's your take on that?
I hate shopping. So
surprise. And you do what you do. Okay.
I hate shopping. And that's kind of why I do what I do. And I was my business manager worked for me for probably 2 years before she admitted to me that she hated shopping. And I was like, Lauren, I hate shopping too. And she said, oh my gosh, that's why I'm drawn to you. Why? She was a customer before she worked for me. So, so it was kind of funny that we both arrived at that, but I really do hate shopping. And I think that's why I wanted to create Outfit Formulas, because I didn't want to go out and buy a bunch of stuff and bring it home and not know if it was going to go with anything else in my closet or go with each other. And I do most of my shopping online, to be honest, because I just don't enjoy the whole process of being in store, of seeing different things. I would rather read the reviews, order multiple sizes, try them on at home, and decide what I'm keeping, than head into a store. Now, occasionally I go out trend spotting all the time because it's part of the job.
Sure.
So while I'm out, I'll see a lot of things, but I've noticed specifically, or especially since the pandemic, that stores just are not carrying as much inventory. I walk into H&M and there's so many options online, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go like to the store 10 minutes down the road and get that thing because I want it. It's not there.
No.
And I think that this is a trend we're going to continue to see. There will be less available in brick and mortars, more available online. So for me as an online shopper, that's amazing. And I love that.
Yeah.
But if you do enjoy seeing things in person and being in store, then that is going to make it a little bit tougher. And they're carrying less sizing now too. I've found like they'll only have a small number of sizes in each item too, which is making it a little bit tougher. But if you're an online shopper like me, then number one, read the reviews.
Okay.
Number two, take your measurements, because this is something you're going to want to have handy. Just do it one time. You'll need to do it once per year or per season, whatever you want to do, because you can see so many details.
They have like the grids there for what size.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay. So you can see the sizing, and that's really going to help you. And also just pay attention to the return policies. Most retailers have become so much better about allowing, the try on at home, try before you buy types of things, and doing free shipping both ways to make it even easier, or free shipping to you and then you can return in store. But those are my best tips for online shopping. And if you really just don't like going out into the stores, then I'm here for it.
I love that. You're like, listen, I don't like to shop either. Now, can we talk spring trends a little bit? Say somebody just wants to, like we said, we don't have a ton to maybe get a lot right now, but man, I just really want to feel current. So whether that is a trend in clothing or a trend in accessories, just kind of fill us in a little bit, because we want to look up to date, not like we're living, 10 years ago.
Absolutely. Well, although living 10 years ago might be in style right now.
Right? Or at least 20 years. I mean, on the Y2K
30 adult. I know.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
Dresses.
Yes.
It's so crazy. So it's easier than you think. When the seasons change, I always tell women, if you want to focus on one thing, focus on a new color for your season. Okay. There are always color trends that come along with every season. So this season, periwinkle is very big, like the very Perry trend, Pantone's color of the year. I've seen a lot of lavender out in stores. Yeah. Bright pink, yellow, Kelly green. Okay. You can pick up a new color trend. And the cool thing about that is when we're in the transition period between winter and spring, you can do things like layering with that piece. So if you're sick of your winter clothes, which I am right now, I'm like so over all of them, but just adding in those few new pieces that I can layer. I got a new bright pink top that just makes me feel like spring. Yeah. So it can be as easy as that, or adding a new pattern. Ditzy florals are very on trend for spring 2022. So those are the small floral patterns, not the big bold florals. Okay. And they're super wearable. They look great on everybody. And there's, so many different color combinations out there. So add a ditzy floral, pair it up with your favorite white jeans, throw on a denim jacket and a cute pair of white sneakers, and you're basically set for the day. That's such an easy outfit formula that works for just about anybody. High-waisted jeans, if you haven't gone down that path yet, then it's absolutely worth pursuing it. I believe, like most people are at first like, I don't know about the high-waisted jeans, but then try them on, like, oh yeah, I'm loving that high-waisted jeans.
If you find the right pair, they really can be flattering. They really can be. Yeah.
Yes. And they look so cute when you wear like the cropped cardigans with them. You can tuck a t-shirt into them, like do the half tuck. And there's lots of things that you can do with a high waist jeans. Those are my main trends that I'm focusing on for spring. But as far as closet staples are concerned, if you don't have a denim jacket you love yet, then absolutely make sure you have one. They are the ultimate layering piece for spring, and also a cute pair of white jeans and a cute pair of sneakers too.
Okay. All right. That's good advice right there. So if people are looking to follow you today, can you kind of just give where they can track you down at?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you can follow my personal Instagram, which is Allison Lombatis. Also, outfitformulas.com is our website. And if you want a free closet cleanout sheet, I have my exact cleanout method outlined for you. It is at getyourprettyon.com/clean closet. So you can download that. And we also talked about closet staples, which is at outfitformulas.com/13 staples. So those are going to be 13 closet staples that you may already have, but I also give you 13 outfit ideas to go along with those too. So you can shop your closet and pair up those pieces.
Well, I have that one, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm about to go download the clean closet thing because I need that. I need to channel my inner Allison in my closet.
I need to do the same thing. I'm like, I need to be practicing what I preach right here. I haven't done my spring closet clean out yet, but Mother Nature just has not been cooperating. So,
and I don't know if you would recommend this or not, but I usually kind of do a seasonal turnaround. Like I put away my winter stuff, it's work, but it's worth it because then you're not walking in July and getting overwhelmed by sweaters.
It's so true. Yes. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm so here for it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Allison, thank you so much for being on with us today. Is there anything before we close out? I'm going to just tell everybody really quick that this is the ultimate book of outfit formulas. You guys, she has diagrams in here of how to actually get dressed. She teaches you your body shape. Like this is going to be just the resource guide you need. You'll go to it forever. Allison, you're wonderful. Is there anything that you would just kind of like to leave people with before we get going?
No, I just really want to let everyone know if you're struggling with this, if it feels overwhelming, start with that one small step. Give yourself permission to add something new to your closet that makes you feel like $1 million.
Yeah, that one small step can be a ripple effect, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, you have permission. We're giving you permission today.
We are.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Allison. It was so great to connect with you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Now, who is ready to go clean out their closets? Yeah, you are. I hope that you enjoyed that interview so much and that it spoke to you about your style, but also about your confidence and who you are. You are so worth investing into. For all the ways to connect with Allison, for her book, for her social media outlets, websites, it's all gonna be in the description box below.
So that's all we have for you today. Just want to let you know, if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. That way you get all of our content each week when it comes out. And if you thought this interview was fantastic and you know some people who could benefit from hearing it, feel free to go ahead and share it on your social media accounts. And then one last thing, just want to remind you that No Small Life is a nonprofit organization run on the donations of generous people. And if you'd like to partner with us financially, you can do so at nosmalllife.me/donate. We also have all kinds of free resources on our website as well. So that's all we have for you today. Remember, your life is not small. So go ahead and control what you can control and let go of what you can't. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, guys.